I mean to say, sensations are taking place, but I'm reading only sometimes. So, are you reading all the sensations in the body or some of them? Only some of them I'm reading, because body gives, it doesn't have any consciousness. That's why it goes on giving sensations whenever it is, what can I say, exposed to. So, all the time I am not reading. And try to do any activity, third question, slowly, and observe the interaction of the self and the body during that activity. So in that I got the doubt yesterday. So yesterday while I was doing a 10-minute exercise, that I observed, I instructed the body to sit in a comfortable posture, and the body sits. But is the body able to sit by itself? Without the self, I got the doubt. Body I'm using as an instrument only, but it doesn't have the capability to do any activity. What I got doubt. And fourth one, during your every interaction with the body, observe who is deciding what is to be done. Yes, self is deciding, not the body. So these are my observations. Bhaiya, kindly guide me.
Yes. So nice, Bhaiya. So one thing uh, I want to add. So body is not giving any sensation or instruction. Sensations are only taking place in the body. So body is not sending this information to me. Body is only a bunch of activities, and activities are taking place. So it is up to me whether to read the sensation or not. So I can send instruction, I can instruct to body, but body doesn't send sensation to me.
So
Only
it has no
activities are
ability.
taking place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So only activities are taking place. So for example, when the fan is on, so it air touches our body and it creates some physiochemical activity, sensation.
Mm.
Now it is up to me whether I will read it or not. Right.
Just like a material thing.
So it is a material activity that is happening.
So in continuation to this also, I got one doubt, Bhaiya.
Mhm.
Suppose uh, uh, a human being is dead, but the same body is not giving that. Suppose we take food forcibly in the stomach, it digests, but the dead body is not digesting.
So I am coexisting with body, mm,
Bhaiya.
and activities are happening in the body, right?
Bhaiya. So there I got
And
doubt. Hmm.
so Bhaiya, what we can do, uh, one thing is we need to practice more and more when we are with body.
Mhm.
As I will be aware of myself, body and its transaction, then I can uh, see intuitively also what will happen when I am not with the body. Right. But what I can say at this stage, so many activities are happening in the body. For example, this digestion, blood circulation, etc.
Hmm.
The inspiration of self is there. With the consent of self, all those activities are going on.
Yeah, yes, Bhaiya.
So that's why we can see it easily when I am with body. Right. So
Bhaiya.
ultimately, we need to observe it. So the more observation will lead to more clarity. Right.
Okay.
So what I request everyone to focus these steps when I am with body, when we are with body. That will gives some meaningful clarity.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Right. Okay, Bhaiya. So any other question, Bhaiya, from your side?
No, Bhaiya. Thank you very much, Bhaiya, for your guidance. Namaskar, Bhaiya.
Okay. Namaste, Bhaiya. So we have Abhilash Bhaiya with us. Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste to all. Bhaiya, 3 to 4 very basic examples I am having. First is that in the morning, generally I wake up by 4:30. Then I come in my room and then I start to prepare. I start to think consciously about the assignments that we receive daily. So today I was feeling a bit cold. So I gave instruction to my body to go again in another room where we sleep and then bring the quilt or the blanket, and then I covered myself with this. So this can be one of the examples that uh, I was sensations were happening and I was feeling that, and I instructed to my body to cover it with the quilt or the blanket. One example can be there. Another can be there here that in our society, in our colony, mm, these days 2 or 3 snakes they are roaming. So I don't know why, but I'm having some sort of phobia from these reptiles. Like so, even yesterday or day before yesterday, I had a dream that my daughter and I, we both were going, and suddenly we saw the same snake. I imagined something, and then I was saving to my body by running, and similarly, I was instructing to my daughter to save hers, to save her body as well. So this can be one of the examples. Another example where I was instructing to my body to run. Uh, Two things are there here, like in that what Reddy Bhaiya was asking. Like yesterday, Bhaiya, I was taking class and it lasted long. So like approximately 3 hours, and I didn't drink water. So after two and means approximately after 2.5 hours, I started feeling giddy or little fatigue type. So then I thought that I should drink some water. I should sit for some time. So here I want to know, Bhaiya, that why does it happen that I was there all the time with me, but till 2 hours or 2.5 hours, no means I was not feeling the need of this. Then body was feeling the need of drinking some water or having some rest. And then body did not instruct me, did I recognize it, or just sensations happened in the body and I read them. How does it work? The last thing that I gave the example of. Please, Bhaiya, guide me.
So what I can see with me, and I can tell you. So if I see myself, so many activities are taking place in my body. And if I am involved somewhere else, so for example, I am watching some video lectures and these are very interesting.
Hmm.
So I get involved into it. And sometimes I am involved into it so deeply that I don't read any sensation happening in the body.
Hmm.
So there is a thirst, there is a hunger, but I am involved into this video lecture because they are very interesting. So I don't read it. So once my interest go off, then I become aware that I am with my body. Then I start reading sensation of the body. So once I start reading sensation of the body, then I decide to give food, to give water to the body. Right. So it is up to it is up to us when we are focusing on the body. So once we focus on the body, we can fulfill its need. If we are
जी
not focusing on its body, we don't care of its need, because we are involved into ourselves, in our imagination, or we are involved outside. So in fact, if you see in 24 hour, very few time we interact with body. Most of the time we are involved into our thoughts, in our imagination. And so for very few time we are aware that we have body. Very few times we are aware
जी
that we are instructing our body. So it is up to us where we are involved.
जी
Right, भैया?
भैया,
Is
what
it
you
okay,
said
भैया?
yes, completely okay, भैया. In addition to this, like one more thing can be there, like भैया, before some time when my father was hospitalized and he was in critical condition, so I didn't eat food for 24 hours or maybe a little more than that. But even I did not feel the need of it, as you are completely saying, means rightly that because I was not focusing on this. For me, the primary thing was that I have to give a proper treatment to my father. And
Yes.
similarly, like on Sundays, I feel hungry by 11 o'clock only, and generally I eat food by 1 o'clock. And on Sundays, I'm not able to means stay hungry. I want something. I think when we are doing something, when we are involved in something, that time uh, we don't feel that. But when we are not involved, so that time we are able to read our body sensations rather clearly. Can we say like this?
So when we are not involved anywhere,
जी.
then we try to be happy with body sensation. That's why we eat frequently.
हम्म
Right. So many times we can observe that we are not eating because of hunger.
हम्म
We are eating in the expectation of some taste.
जी जी जी
So in fact, body needs a little quantity to be
हम्म
nurtured.
हम्म
And rest of the time we are eating out of sensation. So
जी
we are not involved inside, we are not involved outside. So we are expecting some happiness from sensations.
हम्म
So that's why we use body. And frequently at
हम्म
home, after 1
जी
hour, 1.5 hour, we need tea, we need namkeen, etc.
Correct.
So that is in the expectation of sensation.
हम्म
So it is happening here.
And we also have a sanskar that on Sunday something special is cooked and we are with family, so let's eat something special. Sometimes this sanskar also works within us.
Yes.
Yes. जी भैया.
So we have made many sources of happiness. In Sunday, these sources are different. On Monday,
Yes,
these sources are different.
yes.
So that's why we try to eat after 1.5 hour.
जी जी जी
Yes, bhai.
जी. Thank you भैया.
Okay. Namaste, bhai.
नमस्ते भैया.
So we have Rajeshwar ji with us.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste, bhaiya. Namaste.
Say good morning to all my fellow participants. Bhaiya, I have a question. When we were discussing with Balji Reddy Bhaiya, you are saying that this blood circulation in the body, what is happening with the consciousness of our soul or our mind. Now, so whatever happening in the body, will it not only with our consciousness, but also with what we take inside. And of course, the earlier discussion also a little bit similar. So the quality of what is that? Say nowadays, India is a big country. We are facing biggest threat. The quality of food, lot of fertilizers and leftover plastics and all that. Even I think quite recently, few days back, in some place in North India, they could find lots of more than few tons of artificial tomato sauce or something. Say where these brands are available in the market. Almost 70-80% brands of these sauces are not as ISI mark or this thing. So apart from our own this thing, I think the quality of things, even you take say, but not specials on Sundays or other thing, but even you take a quality food, what we assume as a quality, will also be because you get a vegetable like brinjal or mirchi without fertilizers. I think you cannot have that quality of vegetable onto your table. So I feel that this is also one. Of course, it may be the happenings also influenced by these external factors. Kindly, please clarify these things, Bhaiya.
Where will you brief your question?
So the brief question is that so whatever the happening in this one, not only so it is also influenced by certain external factor, the body. Is it clear, Bhaiya? Question. Am I audible?
You are audible, Bhaiya. You are audible, but I'm
What I'm
trying
saying.
to.
Understand. Okay. So my question is that the external factor
Mhm.
will also influence what is happening in the body. Is it not
Yes.
true?
Yes, Bhaiya. So body is a material unit,
Yeah.
and on this kind of foods are also material.
Hmm.
So material unit recognize its relationship with other units. So if food is quality food, then it will recognize in one manner. Body will recognize it one manner, and it will be nurtured. If food is not qualitative food, it is mixed of many artificial elements, then body will recognize it in another manner, and it will not be nurtured. So body has definite recognition from outside. This is part one.
Yes.
Yes. Second is clarity in me. If I am clear, then I will take input whenever there is a real need of the body. Nowadays, this food industry is growing because we are confused about ourselves.
Yes.
We are not eating out of hunger. We are eating out of these sensual pleasures. Right. So both sides there we should work. In ourselves, we need to have clarity. What is my happiness? What are my activities? How the transaction is taking place between me and the body. Second side, we need to have feeling of relationship for all. Then people will prepare a food that will nurture our body. So because people don't feel related with us, that's why they have created such food that is making only profit. So this industry is not relationship oriented industry. This is profit making oriented industry.
Oh, yes, Bhaiya. Yeah.
Right. That's why right education sanskar is required. Education sanskar where each student can see relationship with others.
Normally, Bhaiya, my observation, I will tell one more. I normally, what you call, say every day, what I used to, because I'm diabetic, I used to consume this Joe, or what we call as a gataka in our language. I used to take every day. So on holidays, I'll go out and have, say, near our public garden, many people walk. I'll consume some good and come. And I found very clearly so many people say, so they take my observation, they take what you call this juices, ash god juice, bottle god juices, and also uh, different. So what's say they consume juices and they leave all the fiber outside. Earlier, so that is what is this say even educated people are trapped into this external sort of mania, I can say. So my observation, everyone, I asked that person who is preparing, I asked the person, say, yes, sir, we are taking this one, but fiber is being left over. It's better. Say, somebody says that cucumber pudina juice is good for digestion. They prepare a juice. So when I was talking to them, why don't we take only cucumber or what you call, put some pudina in your vegetable, in your say cooking, use it instead of making all this extract only juice and leaving the fiber where I think the digestive system will get affected. What I feel, my feeling. I'm not a judge, but my observation says that.
So there is
Yes,
a
Bhaiya?
need to spread awareness.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes. So this nice way.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's take one more reflection from Chandrasekhar ji.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Namaste. Namaste to all.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Bhaiya, my question is regarding addiction of the, say, tobacco or alcohol, the sensual desires. Even if people, their self decides to come out from this, but they say body demands us to take of addiction there. So they literally say evening 7 to 9, body literally demands them to consume it. So that means they became the slavery of the that thing. That if they are they lagging of willpower,
If we are not aware of source of continuous happiness that is within me, then I become dependent on other sources.
Yeah.
Right. So if I am not aware of myself, if I am not aware of the state of pure observer in me, if I am not aware of relationship, harmony, and coexistence, then in the expectation of getting happiness, we use this body as a source of happiness. Right. So person is trying to coming out of this, but he is not able to come out of this because he knows that this source is not right, but he doesn't knows he can ensure continuity of happiness by ensuring right understanding, by ensuring right feeling. So the taste of that feelings he doesn't have. So now he knows that alcohol is not good, but he doesn't know he has some innate potential to ensure his continuity of happiness. So once he becomes aware, he may drop the outside sources. I know many people before attending this morning session, they used to take liquor, alcohol. But once they became aware of themselves, once they practice this morning session, steps 7 of exercise 1, they dropped the outside sources of happiness, and one source is alcohol. So two side efforts are required. One side effort is that this source is not good for me. Second is, I can ensure my happiness in continuity by myself. So with this awareness, I can leave these outside sources, Bhaiya. Is it okay, Bhaiya? So
Yeah,
it is
bhaiya, yeah,
not a
bhaiya.
matter of alcohol. You see people are have addiction of tea. People have addiction of sweets.
Is
There are many
it
kind of
same, bhaiya? Is
addictions.
it same, bhaiya?
Same in the sense I am trying to be happy from sensations.
Ah,
So people, those people who take teas regularly, if one day they are not getting tea, they feel disturbed.
headache.
Right? Headache in the body and disturbance inside.
Oh, okay.
So we generally focus on alcohol, cigarette, etc. But people are
Yeah,
addicted with many kind of sources.
yeah, all pleasures like.
Yes, all play like music. People
Ah,
gets addicted with music. Nowadays, people are addicted with mobile, YouTube, reels.
yeah, bhaiya, yeah, really.
So fundamental thing is, if I am not aware of myself, if I am not aware of my activities, then somehow I will be trapped outside. Right. Now it is becoming difficult for students to keep their mobiles away.
Yeah,
They are so addicted with the mobile. So addiction means I am getting dependent on outside sources for my happiness. So
actually,
let's be
teenagers
aware
are
of
suffering more.
ourselves.
Teenagers
Yes,
are suffering more than the old people because they won't earn the inputs like UHV inputs. They even don't listen well at the
right,
teenage stage.
right, very right. That's why a environment, value-based environment is required in our institutions, starting from top to bottom.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
students are not listening because few people are speaking about this, and rest of people are talking in another manner,
Yeah, yeah, oppositely. They are under confusion
oppositely.
where to go.
Yes. So that's why there is a need to have a holistic approach in institutions. So
Definitely.
that starting from leader to peon will be talking in the same manner. Then students may feel reinforced to look into themselves. Right, Pia?
Yeah, bhai, bhai. What, bhai? Thank you, bhai. Thank you.
Okay. So namaste, Bhaiya. So we don't have any more hands raised. So let's have a 10-minute observation. And it will be good if we focus on these steps. So we are observing simply transaction between me and the body. So we are observing that this transaction between me and the body is in the form of information. So we need to observe this. And when I am giving instruction to the body, am I giving this instruction all the time or sometimes? And also we need to observe sensations are taking place in the body, but I read only those sensations which I consider to be important. And this exchange, this interaction between me and the body is only in the form of information. No physiochemical things is being exchanged between me and the body. So for example, Chansekar Bhaiya was talking about alcohol. So alcohol will work up to the body. I cannot, as a conscious unit, I cannot touch this alcohol. I am enjoying only information, sensation that is taking place in the body. So once I am clear that this is only the information, I am not touching any physiochemical activities as a consciousness unit, then it will help us to come out of this. So let's observe for next 10 minutes. We will come back at 6:20. So we will observe ourselves and interaction between me and the body. Namaste everyone. So let's come back. So anyone has reflection on this 10-minute observation we can share. So we have Balji Reddy Bhaiya with us. Namaste Bhaiya.
Bhaiya, namaskar. Bhaiya, what I observed when I was sitting for this 10 minutes observation, suddenly I observed one sound. So, what myself thought, so far that sound was there, but as I was not focusing on it, I did not read that sensation. I got it, Bhaiya, and I read the, and again I am thinking, is it the sound of the bird or some other? Then another sound I observed. Means I was focusing on that. Then I was trying to not to observe it. Even then that sound is coming. Then I went to exercise 1. Okay, let it be. Let me observe, keep on observing. Then suddenly I observed the first sound. So in the meanwhile, I did not observe that. So what I observed when I was focusing, when I focus on a particular sensation, then another sensation I cannot read. And whenever I am reading, how I am able to read? There is no physiochemical thing, only information I read. And how my these senses got the instruction in the help of information only. That I observed, Bhaiya. And finally, at my level, I observed because I am the very beginner. That's why if I am concentrating my attention, I'm keeping my focusing my attention on one particular thing. That only I am reading. But even then, I am suppose if I don't want to read it, for example, even then I am unable to go do that because I am the beginner. So what I observed, when I focus my attention on particular thing, then only another attention I am not getting. But that present attention also, if I want to, if I want, I don't want to read, I am unable to do that because I am the beginner. That's what I observed, Bhaiya, in this 10 minutes exercise. Kindly guide me, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Yes, Bhaiya. So very nice observation. So if you see, many sensations are taking place in the body. For example, this sound of birds is coming. The voice sound of fan is coming. Sound of AC is coming. People around me at the home, their sound is coming. When we are sitting at this chair, the touch of chair creating some sensation at my body. We are holding mobile, that hold is creating sensation at my hand. You may be shaking your legs or hands, that is creating sensation. Many kinds of sensation, many type of sensations are happening in the body. But very interestingly, I read only that sensation that I considered important. So if I think it is important to hear that bird sound, then I focus on that bird sound. Then I focus on my ear. Now when I am focusing on my ear, it doesn't mean that other sensations are not happening. They are happening, but I have taken decision to read only that sensation. So once I change my focus, now let's focus on this, my hand. Now you will not listen the sound of bird. you will start focusing on the touch of your body with chair. Now you can read that sensation. So when I am focusing on that sensation, parallelly many sensations are happening, but I am focusing only that sensation. So this is what this step is about. So many sensations are taking place, but I read those sensations that I consider to be important. Right? And this is in the form of information. So when I give instruction to the body, now let's move hand from here because this touch is very cold. So body follows it and moves from here to there. So this is how things are happening around us in the body. Ji bhaiya.
Thank you.
So
Thank
is
you
it
very
okay,
much,
bhaiya?
Bhaiya. Yeah, nice, Bhaiya. Thank you very much, Bhaiya. Namaskar.
Okay, namaste bhaiya. So we have Pramod Kumari ji with us. Namaste Didi.
Namaste, Bhaiya. So, Bhaiya, in continuation of this discussion, like sensation reading from the body. So, Bhaiya, yesterday I visited this Lord Shiva temple. So, I assumed if it is a mosquito bite, sometimes we ignore it. But if a wasp or these bees sting us, then the pain in the body is immediately recognized by the body, and we read this very sensation very immediately and try to get rid of it. And yeah. So we read those sensations which like seek our attention soon, or we find it like to read those sensations. We find important to read those sensations which happen in the body. So with such an intensity, the intensity of the pain at like this vast stinging is so much that it immediately seeks our attention. We are like instructions, which instruction is to be passed to the body. Like yesterday I saw like when I get ready my younger son for the school, then he wants me to swing him for some time, but I also have to pack his daily things. So I asked him to wait for some time, but then he showed some tantrums. Then I immediately instruct the body to move to him and swing him for a few minutes so that he may get pacified. So it is the self who decide which like activity is by the body is to be done first. Yeah, I just observed in this way.
Nice observation, Didi, again.
Yeah.
So those sensation which I think it will harm my body,
Yes.
I pay attention very immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
So for example, insect, if insect
Yes.
is biting,
Yes.
and if I can sense it that some insect is biting, so it becomes my priority to protect my body.
Yes.
So that's why I immediately pay attention at this sensation.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Right. So it
And
depends
Bhaiya,
on our priority.
yes. And Bhaiya,
Yes.
like body's patterns are fixed. Like all the body has all the systems, and body has fixed patterns in everything which it performs, all the functions. But sometimes there is disharmony in the body. So that is because of the disharmony in the self, and resultantly body gets affected.
Both ways are there, Didi. So if I am disturbed inside, it will impact my body.
Yes.
No? Secondly, maybe some activities are going on in body and it is not harmonious. So for example, pain, it is an
Yes.
indication that few parts of our body is not in harmony.
Yes.
So this may be one of the case, Didi.
Yeah, regarding as far as like digestive system is concerned, sometimes it is in harmony, but sometimes we may notice it is not all okay with it. So that is because of the self, or because of some other like things which we have eaten certain foods which does not suit our body, or because of that.
So both possibilities are there, Didi. One is I have taken food that is not that doesn't suit my body. Second is I am having contradictory thoughts, or I am having fear or any instant emotions that is impacting my digestion system also. So both possibilities are there, and that we will unfold in coming steps.
Okay, Bhaiya. Okay, thank you so
Yes, Didi.
much. Thank you, Bhaiya. Namaste.
Okay. So namaste everyone. It's time for Hindi session. So thanks everyone for participating. Now I request Sunil Bhaiya to start Hindi session. Namaste Bhaiya.
Ji Bhaiya, Namaste. So thank you so much, Gopal Bhaiya, for this enriching and enlightening session in the morning. Thank you all the participants for your very active participation with questions, sharings and reflections in this morning session in English. So as usual, we go to the regular announcements before we pass on to the Hindi part. To have updates regarding the morning session and the daily assignments, you can look at the WhatsApp group of the morning session. I hope all of you are part of that. You can contact the faculty volunteers also. Their names and numbers are available. And if you miss out some of the sessions, you can look at the links in the chat box to listen to the content again, the previous recording. Now this conference is going to happen, international conference is going to happen from 22nd to 24th of November, online worldwide. The link to the